Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Maybe that's a better way to put it. Welcome to the Wednesday Connect Restorative class. So for our restorative practice, we're going to want to have some props handy. For today's class, I really recommend a blanket and a bolster or a long, firm pillow. And then if you have some blocks, you may want to you're going to want to have those as well. And if you don't have any blocks, you can always use a shoe box. You can use a couple books. There's so many things around the house that can substitute as props for your restorative practice. You don't need to have the perfect things in order to do this practice. Props are always optional, and the intention behind the props is to support the body in relaxation. The intention of restorative yoga is relaxation. So we come into a pose, we utilize the props, and we let ourselves fully relax into that posture. And as we relax, we benefit the nervous system. We shift from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic, which means we're connecting to our digestive system. We're connecting to the healing abilities that exist naturally within the body. So this is such a powerful practice. And the hardest part can be to actually relax, because in our society, we're so used to being go, go, go. And we think that we have to work for relaxation. But really, we deserve rest and relaxation anytime, all the time. Let's start today's practice in a supported child's pose. So I'm going to take my blocks and just place them off to the side for right now. And I'm going to take my blanket and bring it across the base of my mat into kind of a wide fold. So this is going to be extra comfort for the knees and the shins. Then I'm going to take the bolster out in front, bring the knees onto the blanket, sink the hips back and down, and let the torso rest on the bolster. You can start with your left or right ear down on the bolster. You have the option to let your arms come wide. You can even bring your hands down by your side, or maybe you reach your fingers forward, depending on what feels good and right in your body. I invite you to close down your eyes here. Something that really I find helpful and grounding is to have the bolster underneath the chest and really let the chest sink into the bolster. As you come into this opening pose, start to become aware of your breath and feel in to the relationship between the taking in and the letting go. Feel the body expand and feel the body release. Feel the body expand and feel the body release. Let's do a balanced breath practice. This is something I've been doing quite a bit lately, and I find it so calming and so grounding. So how it works is you inhale as much as you can and you count your inhale. And then you exhale for the same count. So you're really balancing out your inhales and your exhales. And you might notice that as you take a few rounds, maybe you feel the lungs or the breath expand more. So maybe your count increases. And that's great. Even if it doesn't, that's okay too. The intention really is the balance between the inhale and the exhale. And balance is our focus for this month. Let's switch to the opposite ear down on the bolster so that we can balance out our neck. And we're really going to take a deeper look at what balance in our lives looks like, what we would like it to look like. I believe that balance is different for every person. because we're all a unique expression of the divine. And so we find balance, we experience balance in a different way. So we've been trained to think that working for 8 hours and then taking an hour for yourself, maybe to show up on your yoga mat or go for a massage, that's balance. That is hard to believe. So, and it doesn't mean quit your job and stop working 8 hours a day, but it's just like, what does balance really mean to you? How does that manifest in your life? How could that manifest in your life? Balance in relationships, balance in your career, balance in your body, balance in your spiritual life. What does that look like for you? Let's take a few more balanced breaths here. And press your hands into the mat as you press yourself up into a tabletop position. Let's bring that bolster out from underneath us. Just place it out in front of you. Getting your tabletop set up nice and sturdy, shoulders over wrists, knees under hips. Let the shoelace side of your feet rest into the mat. Let's do a few cat-cow. Inhale, arch the spine, lift the gaze, shine the chest forward. Exhale, round the spine, head hangs heavy, press through the palms. Squeeze the belly button to the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the spine, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine, head hangs heavy, press through the palms, tuck the chin to chest. Inhale, arch and lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch and lift. Exhale, round. Let's come through neutral. Take a moment, shift the hips to the right, gaze over the right shoulder. Come through center, shift the hips to the left, gaze over the left shoulder. Come through center, let's gaze to the right. Come through center, gaze to the left. Come back through center, open the knees up just a little bit, bring the toes together, sink the hips back and bring the chest forward. Sink the hips back and bring the chest forward, coming over the wrists, feeling that in the wrist, feeling that little bit of pressure. Let's do 2 more. Sink back, come forward. Sink back, come forward. Come through neutral, and let's shift ourselves onto our bottom. And we're going to come into our butterfly pose. So take the bolster out behind you and grab both of your blocks. We'll just take the blanket, roll it up or fold it up. We're going to place that blanket underneath our bolster. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees come wide. Let the knees rest into the block. So you can have it at whatever height setting you need it in your body. And then get yourself centered on your bolster or in front of your bolster, and then start to lean the upper back down. Let the hands come down by your side. Close down your eyes. Let the shoulders sink away from the ears and come back to your breath. Inhales and exhales through the nose. You can practice that balanced breath here. Give yourself permission to relax. Give yourself permission to release. And maybe you just pose the question, what does balance mean to me? What does balance mean to me? Start to wiggle your fingers, maybe wiggle your toes. Flip your palms, palm facing down into the floor. Slowly, gently press yourself up. And we're actually just going to guide our knees together and turn our bodies around so that we can bring our right foot up onto the bolster and lean back. So we're elevating one leg, letting the upper body rest down. Left leg is down on the floor. Maybe you want to cactus out your arms and really open up through the chest. Come back to your breath. Inhales and exhales through the nose. Let's pull our right leg in toward our chest. Give it a good squeeze. Take your right hand onto your right knee. Do some circles out to the right. And then let's extend our right leg long and shift our body so that our left leg comes up onto that bolster. And just check in that you're aligned so that your hip is coming, or your leg is coming straight out of your hip. So you don't really want any shifting or offset in the hips here. Just let that leg rest. You can come back, into your cactus, letting the shoulders sink into the floor. Inhales and exhales through the nose. And let's draw our knee in toward our chest. Give it a squeeze. Take your left hand onto your left knee. Do some circles out to the left. And extend that leg long. Flip your hands. Press your upper body up. Let's take a moment. Take a nice fold forward. Roll yourself up and come onto your side. We're going to, maybe you want to use that block underneath your knees. Maybe not. I do not. And bring your hip nice and close to your bolster as you twist through the upper body and let your torso come down onto that bolster. You can wrap the hand around. And we're coming into a gentle twist. Find that twist, find what works in your body. Be sure to send your breath deep into your belly as you twist. Let's take 3 more deep balanced breaths on this side. I am balanced. Maybe you repeat that affirmation in your mind. I am balanced. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, press yourself up. We'll switch to the opposite side, dropping the knees to the opposite side. Maybe you have that block there. Maybe that feels better. Like I said, for me, it doesn't. And then twist your upper body around and decide if it's your right or your left ear down on the bolster. Come back to your breath. Send your breath deep into your belly. What is balance to me? I am balanced. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Press your upper body up. Unravel. Extend your legs out. Let's take another nice forward fold. And grab your bolster. Bring it behind you. Place your blanket and your blocks off to the side. And then we're going to shift our hips onto our bolster as we come down onto our backs. And we'll start with the legs extended in this extended bridge back bend. Option to have your hands down by your side. Maybe you want to bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart, and feel into your breath. Check in with your body to see if it feels better to have a bend into the knees. That's definitely okay too. If you have your legs extended, bend into the feet, shift the hips up, and roll the bolster down so that your low back comes down. Roll it down so that it is underneath your knees. Maybe not the best choice of outfit. Come down onto your back, letting your knees be supported, letting your feet fall wide, hands come down by your side. I invite you to close down your eyes here and just let go. I invite balance into my life. I invite balance into my life. Take a few balanced breaths. And maybe you want to shift your head from side to side. Maybe you want to roll out your wrists and ankles, wiggle the fingers and toes. Let's draw our knees in toward our chest. Rock yourself up into an easy seat. Ground down into your sitting bones. Let's bring our palms to touch. Tuck your chin to chest. Take a big breath in. Count out your inhale. Exhale for the same amount. And again, big inhale. Count it out. Exhale. Thank you so much for being here today, for sharing in this space, for allowing me to share this practice with you. It's not always easy to create balance in life, but just know that when it's our intention, we are in the flux and the wave of balance. I think that balance changes each day for different people. We change each day. And so when we just set that as the intention for each day, balance for a lifetime, balance for a week, that it will manifest and we can lean into however it manifests and what it looks like. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for showing up for yourself. I believe that when we practice yoga, we make the world a better place. The light, the love, the wisdom in me sees, honors, reflects, and encourages the light, the love, the wisdom in you. Namaste. I hope to see you again on your mats very, very soon. And until then, may your